So thank you very much, Matteo, for joining us today. It's a great pleasure to have your time and have a picture together of what is going on at Converto and also what is going on at the customer level, your customer level. Just a quick introduction for our listener. Matteo is the founder and CEO of Converto, which is one of the fastest growing company in Switzerland around media management and the feed-based advertising. Which, by the way, I guess he has also when he founded the company, and now pretty much everybody's using. So, Matteo, let's start immediately with the first difficult question. How has coronavirus impacted your day-by-day business and working routines in Converto again?
Yeah. Well, first of all, thank you. Also, it's a pleasure being here, and thank you for the invitation. Of course, the work has changed dramatically. My colleague called me a business nomad because I'm always traveling around. I usually have 5, 6, 7, 8 different external meetings with clients, strategic partners generally. And this, of course, is not possible in this situation. So I'm obliged to stay at home, which is something absolutely not usual. With Converto, we organize ourselves in a way that we can work very efficiently in a digital way. We are a company which is 5 years old. So already our processes and our way of working was very much digital. So we could, from day one, basically already 3 weeks ago, I decided that all employees had to stay at home and could not go in the office any longer. So what we did was, for the internal communication, was to set up for every team, for every department, digital video rooms. So all the employees that are part of a team, they log into a platform, they see their colleagues on video, they can communicate with each other. Because for me, it's important, or one of the most important points as a CEO, is not just that people can work in an effective way, but also that people don't have the feeling that they are isolated. So for me, it's important that they can still work together, they can still communicate in an informal way, listen music together or whatever, and work and stay together as a team and stay strong from a psychological perspective. And the contact with clients, when possible, we shifted the meetings to video meetings, and we organized a lot of video calls and calls with them.
So you just mentioned your clients, which of course most of them are actually advertisers, retailers, and brands from Switzerland abroad. But what have you experienced? Which are their first reactions which you have perceived talking with them?
Yeah. Well, it's an interesting question, and we saw many different reactions. We saw very extreme reactions, not only from small and mid companies, but also from very big companies, where the management of the company decided that the whole marketing team from today to tomorrow was going to be home for X weeks or months. So with a so-called short work measure that enables employer to send home employees up to 100% work percentage. And then, of course, there is not possibility to communicate with these clients any longer, because nobody's really sitting there in the marketing, in the management team. And then, of course, you have the majority of the clients that are working with us. And the first reaction was generally a fear reaction, uncertainty reaction, where they said for the first days and weeks, the budget, the digital advertising budget is being put on hold, because we don't know how the development is going to be. And then, of course, you have this kind of clients that are related to the event industry, to the travel industry, where they do not have the possibility to really run their business. So, of course, for them, it doesn't make sense to have a corporations to invest any money in advertising, and they stopped completely their advertising activities.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. And what about your own business? How do you see your business in the upcoming 6 and 12 months? And how are you planning to react to the current situation?
Yeah. Well, look, the situation is that we are luckily, we are in an unlucky situation, of course, where the priority is the well-being of the population. This is the first priority. But for us, if we look at the whole several industries that are there right now, I think we are in one of the segments that is best positioned to see a chance and to see opportunities in this dramatic situation, because we are active in the digital space, digital advertising space, and also because we are working very closely with the e-commerce segments. And I mean, with the social distancing measures that are have been set by the state, and also with the security measures and with the closure of many different gathering possibilities outside, people have to buy online. They do not have any options apart from food and medicine. So it is actually a unique, probably once in a lifetime opportunity for many different e-commerce, where they see their income growing, they see their demand growing, on a massive scale, because end consumer don't have other choices. And what does that mean for Converto? We have one of the areas where we are very strong, as you mentioned in your introduction, is called feed-based advertising. Is a technology that basically takes the whole product inventory of an online shop, of a service provider online, put it into a platforms, and enables the advertisers to promote their products, their offering into a live shopping window. So they can, in a very easy way, advertise the product they have to offer to the end consumers in Switzerland and abroad. And so for us, the mission with this technology is to reach the consumers that are at home and to inspire them. We need to inspire them. People are at home. Fathers and mothers are at home with their children. They need to find stuff to do. They need to get trains. They need to cook. So a lot of new challenges are there, and especially e-commerce have the opportunity to inspire and to help end consumers with the products they can offer and they can make available online. And what we did from the beginning was to launch COVID-19 initiative for e-commerce in Switzerland, where we said, hey, what can we do as Converto to help the economy? Can we play a role? And we said, yes, we can play a role. We can make it easy for commerce and e-commerce that want to be active online, that want to take part and participate in this growth. We want to activate our platform to these clients with no cost from side Converto. So we are really giving up our cost, our fees, the technical fees, the platform fees, is everything for free during this crisis, so that it gets very easy for advertisers to reach and to inspire the consumers at home.
Thanks. So you just mentioned that final customers are really changing their consumer behaviors, and of course they're stuck at home, they're buying different things, etc. We know this video is mainly made in order to give ideas to other service providers in the field of e-commerce and digital, members of Netcomm. Do you see specifically any business and customer and sector which might benefit from this crisis as a paradox?
Well, generally e-commerce, because as said, there are people need to find something to do also during weekends where they have to stay at home. So e-commerce in a very broad range. If I look at our clients, I see investing, for example, to make nicer your home office at home, or to buy the equipment for your home office, or to take care of your terrace. And now is also the new season spring is here, so you can set up your terrace and make it ready for spring and summer. You can, if we think about all games for the kids or for the entire family, board games, it's an opportunity. I was also speaking to another client of us in the topic lifestyle and erotic as well. I mean, every segment is growing for things that people at home need in their new daily routine. Is a new daily routine, yeah, and also a chance for I see for home delivery. I see more and more local initiatives of, for example, of little offline shops that never did anything, had anything to do with digital. And now they're reinventing themselves. They're saying, hey, we deliver at home for free. And they need to communicate that. They need to tell all the people around them, hey, we come safely to your place. We bring you what you need. And of course, this also needs advertising, because you need to reach these new customers since you were not digital before.
By the way, just to be mentioned, my mom never used WhatsApp call, and she now, due to necessity, starting using that. And I guess that also medium-aged people, like a gray area, they're for the first time trying new experiences through digital, which of course, if this situation will last quite a few months, as unfortunately I expect, might completely change the profile and the typology of purchases that Swiss people are making online also after this crisis.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah, because you were speaking about 6 to 12 months, but I think this crisis is going to leave consequences, or to really structurally change the way consumers interact with each other and with the digital channel and with the digital commerce.
And again, talking about media mix, where you are of course into the black storm of everything is happening at the moment. What is happening in terms of client media mix? Are they cutting television? Are they investing in other area? What is going on there?
Look, the point is that it's not just a crisis. The crisis started or was a kick-off of a recession, as we all read in the news. And when there is a recession, many companies tend to cut costs quickly, and marketing is one of the first pots where you can cut and save money and save budget. So in this situation, what usually happens, and this we can see also in this corona virus situation, is that the classic big pots of advertising, such as TV, such as print, such as out of home, they are mostly cut, because if you don't have any longer 10 millions to invest in advertising, but just 1 million, then you need to invest it in an efficient way and in an effective way. And probably very expensive media such as TV or print are not the right one to invest your budget effectively. Plus, your users now are online. If you look at the data, all of also news websites and websites generally, they're increasing. They're experiencing an increase of up to 50% of their traffic. I was speaking with the chief of one of the biggest media houses in Switzerland, and they said for their main websites, they increased on average an increase of 40% of their traffic, which is incredible. So people are online. Online is interesting, very interesting for from a price perspective, and so I will see, or we are seeing already a shift towards digital spending, and certain medias, for example, out of home, they do not make any sense now, because people are not or cannot go out of home. So if you have a budget plan there, you better shift it to channels where you actually can reach your customers.
And we've been talking about the marketing budget of your customers or your clients, which are retailer brands, mainly large corporations. But what about your own marketing? Like, I guess, of course, it's very important in this situation to gain new customers as well. How are you planning to do with your marketing budget?
It is a tricky question because, of course, for everybody, also for us in the industry, is not an easy time, and we need to, especially it is an uncertain time, so we don't know what is going to happen in the future. We can have our plan, our vision, but we don't know exactly how deep, for example, this recession will be, how long this crisis will last, etc. So we need to be careful. But for us, one of the most important points is that in hard times, you still need to invest in marketing. You still need to invest in communication, and this is why that, for example, at Converto, we are going on as planned. Of course, the events that we planned cannot take place, so we are also organizing them in a digital way. But for the rest, we are investing right now more than on average on advertising, on all kind of digital advertising options that there are out there, on advertising on our platform, on feed-based advertising, on social media advertising, on Google advertising. So we are very active because our clients are out there, and our clients need us now more than ever. So we need to be active. We need to also to inspire them and to help them, and this you do through advertising.
And I was watching television actually yesterday. I saw the G20 results. I saw that Switzerland was often taken as an example for their measure, the speed they are reacting. So we see that Mr. Draghi also say that public should really put money into the system, also at private business. What do you think that the Swiss government should do in order to support us as private digital companies?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, now I speak as a CEO of Converto and not as a private citizen. So really about the measures, the financial measures that the Swiss Confederation has taken already. And I think we are, as a Swiss company, in a very good place. I remember the first press speaking that the Bundesrat did. They say basically, no worries, we have the health infrastructure and we have the financial resources to help you. And this is going to happen that way. So I see measures, for example, the short time work, which enables employers to send or to let home people without firing them with a certain amount of work reduction, and where the state is then compensating the salary that or the time where the employee is not producing any added value. So this is a very powerful tool that enables company to keep the employees, but to save on the loan cost that the company has. Just on yesterday, the Swiss Confederation announced that, for example, up to 500,000 Swiss francs, you can get very easily, very quickly as a company, a loan with interest zero, so interest free. Generally, you can have loans in a very easy way and with a very interesting interest rate. So I think the Switzerland is really reactive and and is putting the tools that are very fast helping companies in these hard times.
So in one way or another, I guess we are experiencing all a very big crisis, but we're also kind of lucky to be in the Swiss Confederation in terms of support. And I definitely agree. We can, of course, always do more. There are some sectors, like, I mean, you mentioned the event business, but also I was listening about the one that are growing small plants for the gardens, which, of course, they're losing all their sales at the moment. There will be, of course, I guess, something more to be done. But again, being digital in the field of digital plus being Swiss, compared to other countries, I guess we are quite lucky.
Exactly. And And I see, of course, as you say, if we look at the mass, at really the broad amount of company, I think the reaction is very, very well. And what we can see is that the Confederation already now is studying solutions for this special sector that are particularly being affected by the corona crisis. So I'm positive and confident that also for these specific sectors, Switzerland will define measures that are really supporting and helping.
And also, like quoting some of our other members, the CEO of our members in the association, which I heard, I think there is, and thanks God we have it in Switzerland, the right ethical approach where we really get into use these financial support only if it's needed. I've been talking with other 3 CEOs. Of course, they could have put everybody into reduce working hour. It is still very difficult to monitor whether that is happening or not. So they could have speculated on that, but nobody, as far as I heard at the moment, is actually even thinking to do something like this. So I think we are also lucky because we have an approach in business and in ethics that allows us to be lucky in a way or another.
Yeah.
I have a last question for you and for me, basically, and for all our staff and employees. Of course, we are working in Netcomm for our own digitalization in a way or another, but we want to be very practical and pragmatic and act with our members, as Converto is since many years. What do you think we should do in order to improve our services now, especially around coronavirus support?
Well, Carlo, I think the fact that we are speaking now and you're making available this exchange to your associate is a signal that you are active and you're taking actions to help your associates in this situation. I think for the associates is important for the current associate, but also for potential new associates. To really get concrete advices. In this kind of situation, the complexities that e-commerce needs to face are several, from logistics to financials to this legal. And I think it is important that Netcomm Suisse puts together a platform or a network of know-how where all this information are collected, so that an associate has the possibility to ask Netcomm about, for example, the financing possibilities and options for a company in this phase. And Netcomm can then organize the contact with an expert, with a person that knows somebody, organize a small webinar or organize a Q&A or organize a video call around topics that are relevant in this situation, a bit like you're doing now with me. So again, the possibility to get concrete advice, and all of that available on digital online platforms, so that that we can access it also from our homes, basically.
Thank you very much, Matteo, for your time, for your availability, for sharing very openly suggestions and tricks for our members. I wish you all and all your team a big success and to stay healthy.
Thank you, Carlo, and thank you for your work and your commitment.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.